Welcome back with part 2 of our series of how to make a Game Boy macro. Today we're gonna solder a few things. What you need for that is a solder gun. Mine is getting ready to warm up, or is warming up. We need the speaker. We take out the top part of the Nintendo DS. We need our motherboard, and this is something you need to go to the shop for. This is the resistor. It's a 330 ohms resistor. It's quite enough to let the motherboard think that you have the top screen on. So you need this, and then you need the motherboard. And of course, when you're going to solder, you don't need a piece of cloth underneath. So let's take this motherboard out of the back part. Put that aside. So on the picture you can see that we have to solder LED C2 to LED CA. Of LED A2, sorry. So LED C2 to LED A2, and you have to get the resistor between those two. You can just put the resistor, the long points of the resistor, solder it straight onto the motherboard. I prefer to put 2 threads to it and then solder it to the threads. That way you can bend it over to the back part, and you can put it on the back part of your motherboard, where it will sit snug and you don't have any problem pushing your select and start button. So that's what we're going to do. And then we have here an SPRO. That's your speaker. And let's see, the U1, G and D, that's the ground. This is your right speaker and the ground. And let's see over here, SPLO or SPL0 is here. That's your speaker left. We're just gonna do one speaker. It's fairly easy to do one speaker. You can put it in the top of your Game Boy. I can show you here. You can place it here. You can place one on the back, right here somewhere. It's not that convenient. There's enough sound from one speaker on the front. You don't even have to put it on full audio, and although you only have one speaker, the sound is really good. So no need for troubling ourselves with another one. And I say, let's get to it. Also, will come in handy if you have a solder gun and you want to solder. You need some soldering thread. So I'm not the star in soldering, but I'm gonna try. So you also need a pair of cutters, and you slowly strip down part of the insulation on the outside. You can use wire cutters for this. I don't have a wire cutter, so I'm very gently doing this with my cutters. So let's go to the motherboard. And we have here our right speaker point. So that's your right speaker. And a tiny bit more on your ground. So you always have to put the black one to the ground. That's your main line. So then I see that it's not quite enough solder in there, so I'm just gonna put so let's see what that does. It's a bit too much, but I think we'll be fine. The other one is better. As I said, I'm not quite good at soldering, you know. So what I'm gonna do next is we're gonna apply the resistor to the LED spots. We need a little thread for that. So I got me a spare wire over here. Cutting off excess parts, trimming the insulation, and then touching them. But first, a little more soldering, and I'm so thrilled because I really cannot solder. So we got a bit extra solder on the points. Well, that's one. Let's see if we can solder the other one as well. Tweaking it down a little bit. So we got the thread soldered. Now we're gonna cut this part because we need to put the resistor between them. Strip the wire. And it doesn't matter how your resistor is placed. If it's either way around, it's okay. So I've just cut down the camera for a sec from the stand. So what we have here is our speaker. Here we have our resistor. Next to the select and start button, it's quite low, so it's not a problem. We've put our screen back in, and here's the power button. Sorry. Let's see what it does. Let's put the volume halfway. Yeah, halfway. Here's the LED light. Let's see if it boots. Awesome, it made sound. Let's put it on full sound. It still responds to touch in this case, because we left it on. You can also do this with your D-pad and buttons. Everything is working. Confirm. So if you have to install everything. We're not going to do that right now, so I'm going to put it off. So that's basically it, what you need for your own Game Boy Advance. And I will be posting the next part on how to assemble this. And what you have to do to get your speaker in the right place, because we essentially want it over here. So I'm gonna do it, do that all, but a video of how to sand your case and modify it, modify the holes, filling the holes and stuff like that. Will be later on after winter, because it's too cold for painting here. What you essentially will be getting is this. I haven't quite finished this one. Where you're gonna build in the speaker in this place, drill some holes. On the top part you see I've put some filler in the SD card slot, or in the cartridge slots for the DS, and in the stylus slot. So I already painted the front part, but not the back part. And what I did with the front part was essentially cutting this off, and with the file make it nice and round. It's still visible. I want to change that. So this case is not quite ready. It's not clear coated or anything. But I like it, and this one works. If I have the battery in it, because I used the battery for the other one. So essentially, that's the way to do it. And I'm going to be making the other part, a video part, how to make it. So if you're interested, keep watching them. And soon I will be making another one, another make your own part of this one, and maybe some other electronic or any other thing what I come up with. Well, see you later.